Hello folks! Last month I made a video about the new AWS Generative AI Developer Professional certification, and back then we didn't have much information, but we do have a few more resources now, and the registration for the beta exam of the certification is now open. So I'm going to tell you a bit more about it. If you're intending to take the exam, the earliest you can do so is the 16th of December, by the way. So some resources that we do have now available is the official exam guide, which I have read through, the AWS Skill Builder preparation course, which I have done partly, and I will tell you about too. And there's also a free sampler from Tutorials Dojo with 30 practice exam questions, and I have recorded a video of myself going through some of their questions. So if that is of interest to you, you can also go and check it out. So first, a quick note on the certification code. It is AIP-C01, and importantly, don't confuse this with the AI practitioner, which is a foundational certification, and its code is AIF. Yeah, the code is quite misleading, and the AI certification path in AWS is AIF, MLA, AIP. The F stands for foundational, the A for associate, and the P for professional. But why are they having AI, ML, and AI? ML is machine learning, by the way. Just don't ask why. There's not a lot of consistency over here. And if you ask me, I think AWS Certified AI Engineer Professional would probably be a better name for this certification, given that they've given this code. But as we talked in the previous video, the naming just raises some eyebrows, and they did go with Gen AI Developer Professional, probably because of marketing reasons. So let's talk about the AIP exam guide. There's nothing really surprising here if you've already taken AWS certifications. It's going to be mostly multiple choice questions with scaled scoring. Yes, there are a few questions where you have to choose 2 or 3 out of several options, and there's also like the scenario-based questions or organizing things, but in its majority it's still going to be multiple choice questions. Now, because it's going to be a beta exam, you only pay 50% of what a professional certification would be, so $150. But it is longer, so 85 questions and 205 minutes. You can get 30 minutes extra if English is not your native language, and there are no retakes in beta. So you must wait for general access if you fail the beta and want to retake the exam. And one thing that is different from the AI practitioner and machine learning engineer associate certifications is that the early adopter badge is not given within a time frame, but it is given only to the first 5,000 people who pass the exam. And you get this special looking badge. And honestly, I don't know how many 5,000 people are. Like, is that few? Is that many? How many are you going to be competing with? I have no idea. I don't think that this early adopter badge is something you should obsess over. It is bragging rights mostly, but it hasn't brought me like much value, and the actual badges are and the certifications are the things that bring value. But if you're going to go after it, be mindful that you will be competing with some of our peers. Perhaps the most important part about the exam guide is the 5 domains that you should cover in order to increase your chances in the exam. So I do suggest that you read through the 5 different domains, and there are some more details within the exam guide, as well as in the AWS Skill Builder prep course. But here you can see what weights each of the domains has and what you should be knowledgeable about, since your knowledge will be tested about these domains. Third-party courses obviously don't exist yet, but what we do have is the official exam prep course in AWS Skill Builder. We can expect content creators and third-party instructors to put out their materials in the upcoming weeks, especially after the first exam takers report on how the exam went. But in the meantime, Skill Builder is the only trustworthy resource that we have. I had never used Skill Builder before, but since I wanted to get a head start, I went ahead and enrolled in the course and even paid the $29 per month subscription in order to get the extras. So far, I have completed all the materials in domain 1, and I look forward to completing domains 2 to 5 in the upcoming weeks. As someone who has prepared for previous AWS certs with third-party instructors and courses, I have to say that I've been a bit disappointed with the UI in AWS Skill Builder. I think there's a lot of buttons to click through to get in. Like, for example, even though I'm already kind of signed in over here, I need to sign in again, and you have to enroll into the courses and the different sections even, like why don't you enroll into the full course? And yeah, again, I have to click over here to come to the course. Takes a while to load even. And finally we come over here in the different trainings. And so if I come, for example, to domain 1, which I have completed, and they have here different index of contents for every section, but like you have to be like clicking on so many buttons just to go through it. It's kind of insane. I just want to get to the lectures, you know. But as to the content of the course, I do find it quite interesting myself. Each section has an example of a business scenario that requires a complex AI system, and every choice of AWS service, product, or feature used to build the AI system is outlined. They mix in checkpoint questions and videos so that it's not just reading text after text after text. And honestly, I do appreciate this kind of variation in content. The videos are sadly AI generated. I mean, they are high quality AI videos, but I think it's sad that a company like Amazon cannot hire like a good instructor to teach students, and instead they just generate these AI videos. I don't know, I'm a bit disappointed myself. A nice thing about AWS Skill Builder is that the labs and the hands-on things are actually quite cool. They detail a scenario that you can set up by yourself and even provide you with, you know, like some CLI scripts as well as some Python code that you can run. And it's not complete, like you need to understand the code and know where to like modify things or tweak and tune things. Even though you have most of the code and the scripts and like the general outline of how the system should look like, you still have a lot of accountability and responsibility in how you implement everything. So I think they are really a great resource for getting some hands-on experience. If you build everything and you deploy everything, you even get the bonus at the end that if you tag with hashtag AWS Exam Prep in LinkedIn, the AWS Exam Prep team is going to check what you have in your GitHub and even endorse you in LinkedIn for the skills that you have demonstrated by doing these bonus assignments. So I think this is quite cool, honestly. If you pay the AWS Skill Builder subscription, then you also get access to practice exams and flashcards, so you get even more practice. And you also get access to AWS Simulearn. You also get access to AWS Simulearn, which is like a lab on steroids. You get a playground, and you also get some guidance from AI tutors. So it is more than the bonus assignments that you get in the other parts of the course. I haven't tried AWS Simulearn myself yet, but I might want to come and try it if there's a domain where I'm weak at, where I haven't really condensed the knowledge that I need. I do want to give a word of warning though about the AWS Skill Builder course, and that is that the course assumes that you have knowledge of AWS AI services, and this basic foundational knowledge, all of that is covered in the previous certifications of Solutions Architect Associate and Machine Learning Engineer Associate. And the analogy that I can say about this is you can't understand or you can't do heart surgery if you lack knowledge of artery surgery tools and other basic things. So don't be the doctor in this meme. Please do your due diligence, and if you haven't yet gotten enough knowledge about AI and AI services within AWS, please do get that first, or else this is going to all sound like Chinese and a foreign language to you. I mentioned before that third-party content creators and instructors don't have any courses out yet because it's a bit too early, but the good news is that many of them have already announced that they are preparing a course to ace the certification. And as some examples, we have Andrew Brown and Frank Kane and Tutorials Dojo. I have links to their announcements that they are preparing those courses within the blog post that I have created in addition to this video, so you can check the link to the blog post if you want to check the announcements. And in the case of Tutorials Dojo, They have their free sampler with free practice questions, but they're also preparing a video course and practice exams that will be more in tune with what the certification will be asking you about. And as I said before, if you want to follow me along with the free 30 questions that Tutorials Dojo gave out in their sampler, I do have a video that I recorded a few days ago, and you can just check it out. Personally, since I did quite well in the free sampler from Tutorials Dojo, and I'm finding the content in the AWS Skill Builder prep course interesting and fascinating, I have warmed up to the idea of taking this certification myself, even in beta. I probably will not be taking it on the 16th of December since I will already be enjoying some Christmas vacation, but I do think that sometime in January is probably realistic. I hope by that time Tutorials Dojo has perfected the practice exams and that I can take those, potentially even a course from a third-party instructor. And all of that will hone my skills and make me feel prepared for the exam. This will be my first AWS professional certification, so it's exciting, and at the same time, I want to tackle this challenge. Although I'm not looking forward to a 4-hour exam. Stay tuned in this channel, in my blog and social media to know how it goes for me within the upcoming weeks. And if you're going to attempt this certification yourself, best of luck. What resources are you going to use to prepare for this certification? Please let me know writing in the comments below. If you found the content of this video useful, please do like and subscribe to tell me and the algorithm that this is the kind of content that I should be creating in the future. And as I said, good luck in your future endeavors. Over here you can find my video of the walkthrough of the free sampler by Tutorials Dojo on this certification, and over here you can find the video that I made previously with my first impressions of the AIP certification.